I am live now. Okay. And I'm waiting for you to come in now. And you should see me. And I'm waiting for you to come in now. Okay. You hear me? And you should see me. And I'm waiting for you to come in now. Okay.
The camera.
You hear me?
I started the camera. I made.
All right. So I'm waiting for Novice Quads to come in. He's going to be with me on the panel today. And I'm waiting for people to come in on the chat.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Now the problem is I didn't open this up in another window, so I need to back out of here because I can't see the chat room and all of that. So give me a second, man. I'll be back. This thing is killing me.
Well, I'm here. I'm just waiting for, anyone, if they're going to come in, to check it out. I'll be here when you get back. Don't worry about me. For those of you who are listening, last night, you're back?
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, I was just saying, that
Do you hear a slight echo?
Do I hear echo?
Do you hear a slight echo?
No.
Okay. You got 5 people watching. What's up, Drone Junkie? And welcome to the test. Phantom Flight 101 test.
You see 5 people watching?
Yeah, 6 now.
6? Okay.
If you shrink your Hangouts window so that it covers the main window on your screen and leave it in the middle, you can see now there's down to 4 watching. People are just checking it out and popping out. Exploration Obsessed, how are you? And welcome to this Phantom Flight pre-Sunday test, as he'll be going live with Sunday nights with those guys. And pretty much he's testing.
Well, for those of you who are listening, and those of you in the chat right now, I don't know if you tuned in last night to Val's Life, where she interviewed me, and it was a pretty good interview. And I just want to thank everyone who supported the channel and supported me with the interview by tuning in. Just want to say thank you, and this community has welcomed me with open arms. And once again, just say thank you to guys, for tuning in last night.
Very good, very good. What are you going to talk about now? The time is yours. Well, you're the host. I'm sitting here now watching you do stuff.
Well, you know what? I did want to talk about something on the show on Sunday, because I was interested in finding someone who knows anything about mapping, because I wanted to talk about this new software that DJI has for the desktop, for the DJI Terra.
Yeah.
It's a software for desktop for mapping, and they launched it already. I don't believe it's ready for the States yet, but it seems like it wants to be a complete software for what anyone would need for any and all purposes for mapping of all kinds, from 2-dimensional to 3-dimensional.
Well, see, that's what where the mapping technology is going pretty much right now. If you cannot map in 3D, they don't want to have anything to do with you. and DJI being the top in the drone world right now, as far as they do have drones out there that map, but right now DJI is, when you mention mapping, they're using
Right.
DJI drones.
Right. And and it's funny because the software is only used for only one specific model of DJI. And
Right.
that's the Phantom 4 series.
Well,
Starting with the Pro and going through all the other up to the RTK.
yeah, the RTK to me, I think is just an overpriced Phantom drone with extra GPS on it, to be honest.
Well, it's more precise though, and it's open to a better source of GPS than what you have with your regular Phantom 4 Pro or even version 2.
Yeah, but then that also makes that bird a lot heavier. But you guys that are watching, we thank you for popping in. We did announce that Phantom Flight would be doing a test. As you see, I'm sitting in the guest seat and he's actually hosting.
You know, I wanted to
Explore,
ask you, how
hold
do you
on.
get your Mhm.
Exploration Obsession was saying, I believe that the mapping came from the buyout of 3DR's commercial side. You want to know what? At one time, 3DR was, you're right about that, was the only company doing professional level mapping. In fact, they used 3DR Solo to map a few of the pyramids back in the day when 3DR was in their heyday. Little history lesson there.
Okay. Did not know that.
Yes, yes, yes. 3DR was the only bird out there that had the software for mapping, and you could do everything from your console on your tablet right there. But 3D DJI came in and said, you know what? We have better cameras and we have better birds. Let's see what technology they're using
Well,
and make it a little different.
well, on as far as the cameras are concerned, there is a camera that I saw for the 3DR Solo that was a very good camera. It's just expensive.
Well, a GoPro series is expensive. I mean, I'm surprised they brought down the price of the GoPro 7 because at one time, I hear you, Exploration. I love my 3DR too. Mine is living down in an island somewhere, but I lost my train of thought. 3DR, their GoPro camera that they have on there, I have always thought was crazy. How do you have a camera that costs right now at present day more than a drone?
Well, honestly, that might be most of them.
Yeah, I guess, because if you look at the Inspire series, the best feature about the Inspire series are those interchangeable cameras, and as you change out from that base camera that they have with the half-inch sensor,
Mm-hmm.
which, by the way, if you buy an Inspire and it has that on there, you can afford pretty much to put an X5 on it or an X3 at least.
Well, think about this. When you're buying a drone, what are you buying?
A camera, a flying camera.
Okay. So when you go to buy a drone, you're looking at buying a flying camera. So
Right.
now you look at what does the camera have to offer? And is it in my price range and is it worth it?
Okay,
You
that
know,
does
and
make a lot of sense.
you think about it and you start saying to yourself, okay, well, what's the things that I need out of a camera?
Right,
How
right.
do I want to go consumer, prosumer? Do I want to get in between both of them? I don't, like which is, more sliding to the prosumer, you could say, but I don't know. And you buy your drone that way. So I look at that and I'm like, you say the Inspire, but it's a very good camera, very good drone, and it's all what I believe is all about what you're using the drone for.
True, That's true. It, like we know this personally. There are people here in New York that fly, and so a few of them have expensive drones, a few of them don't. And it seems to be to me the guys with the cheaper drones are getting the better pictures and shots than these some of these guys with these expensive drones. You
Well,
haven't noticed that?
well, I mean, as far as that's concerned, I just think that that's more so to the the eye of the guy holding the camera, the control of the camera. I mean, what does
Exactly my point, which means you don't have to have the fastest car on the track to win the race. The,
true,
you know,
true, but there are certain things you can and cannot get with certain cameras.
Brendan says he's watching you at work, bro. So all hail everyone who has to work today and can watch from the side and stuff like that.
Thank you.
You know, exploration, drone junkie. Are these guys still in
Mhm.
here? I don't know. I know exploration is probably still here. Yes, and everyone else is probably watching through the. So, are you watching through your cell phones? Are you watching on your PC? You brought
Oh,
yours for portability and support after the 3DR deal. Brought a Mavic 2 Zone.
okay.
Right, portability. It depends on what you really want to do with it. If you need something inside, yes,
Right.
you're on your phone, drone junkie.
Okay.
Brendan's watching
On a
on his
PC.
PC. Oh,
Yeah.
and drone junkie's watching through a celly. You know
Okay.
what? I'm
Well,
gonna give you another hit to your show because being that I'm streamed in,
who you?
and guys do
Thanks
this
for
too. Some guys do this. They go to their boy and live with those Phantom Flight 101. All right.
thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure you guys, check each other's channel out if you don't, if you haven't already.
Here
Support
we
each
go.
other.
Here we go. Here's the support tip.
Support each other, like each other's channels, support each other. But
Yes,
yeah,
if you
that's what
don't,
I was saying. I understand about the portability. But the
right?
thing is that, what I've noticed, and I've been, like I said to you, I'm interested in mapping. I haven't done anything. I haven't taken
I'm
any
still here.
classes,
I'm just leaning away.
and I've listened to a few guys that do mapping, and it just seems like when you start getting into these drones and guys start looking at certain things, everybody thinks that maybe the biggest and the baddest drone out there is the best. But
Right,
when I find out that they're using the Phantom 4 Pro and they're getting some of the best results out there, and I'm like, well, wow. I mean, you don't even have to get into one of those bigger drones. But if you're working, like I said, if it's a working thing, then that compact size thing that really
right,
shouldn't matter to you. But
right.
trust
But
me,
here's what you
I
got to take into account also.
mhm.
If exploration's right, the best drone is the one you have with you. But if you're really doing something with drones, if you're taking pictures, the Phantom series is more than fine. But I'm not going to use the Phantom series to do line inspections. It would probably fry out of the sky anyway. It would probably get some kind of static shock to it, and it would lose control anyway. But
No, you wouldn't. But but for mapping jobs and taking some of these pictures that it can get, it's all about learning your camera and being able to do what you have to do.
right. Because I used to have a Phantom Force Standard, you remember,
Yeah.
and I used to take, at least from my eye, I thought I was taking some pretty good pictures. Then I came to find out, not including you, but I found out that others will tell you that your stuff looks good, even if it doesn't, just to keep one up on you. And even if they know what you're doing wrong, they will do that. But I've learned and I've grown past that. And I try to say each one teach one. But there are a lot of guys out there that will not tell you the camera settings. They'll tell you a ballpark, oh, I shoot between 1600 and 2000 Kelvin, you know, on the color temperature, but they won't tell you exactly their number keyed in.
Well, see, once again, like I said, you know, when it comes to photography and stuff like that and video, it's all what your eye sees and what you're looking for. And, you know, sometimes the camera doesn't always tell you what you think you see.
That's true. Exploration says he plans to do inspections and mapping once he gets his 107. Well, there's a company out there. I heard that they don't pay too well or they're not consistent with payment. But there is a company out there. If you're a 107 pilot, and this is hypothetically speaking, and you live in the state of which you live in Wyoming,
Okay.
okay, they have areas that they need mapped. They may have an area, a mountainside that they need mapped, 3D mapped, and they may have a building that just went up that they want 3D map to add to Google and stuff like that. And they will have a list of sites for you to go to. You register with this company as a 107 pilot, and you go to these sites throughout the day. Now, the problem is they're usually spread apart, like 30 miles, 50 miles, 100 miles, whatever. But if you can get from site to site to site, by the end of the day, you could have a pretty hefty payload. Now, the problem is after you do all of this work, and this is the downfall. Hey, what's up, Kev FPV? What the downfall to this company is they don't pay you for everything. They only pay you for what they keep. So say you shot a mountainside and then you went and shot two buildings. They may only want one building out of that job.
And what's the name of this company?
I could not tell you off the name top of my head, but I'm going to search on the internet right now. 3D mapping, 3D mapping for hire. Something weird. It's a weird name. New projection.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, it's a company out there. They hire people to travel around in their cars and go and 3D map stuff or do mapping of different places. And there are a lot of people on YouTube were complaining about it because they were mapping 7 places and the company was only paying them for 1 or 2.
Are these places that they're developing?
The places they're developing or hypothetically like in New York, how many
buy?
Huh?
These are places that they want to buy, or they own them
for buying for adding to Google Maps. I don't know what they do with your stuff. I think they're trying to make a major project of mapping metropolitan areas. So they may have you map 3 buildings in 3 different parts of the city or 3 different cities apart. It's something real crazy. I'm trying to find out. It's not Christie Digital. Let me see. 10 project mapping freelance for hire. Hold on. Oh, these guys are hiring their services. That's not it.
What happened?
I'll get you this information.
Okay.
About the company as soon as I can. I just remember them because people were really pissed off.
Kev FPV, how you doing, man?
3D mapping factory, the latest 3D 6D in the Netherlands. No. I'll find out more. I'll do more research on that and bring that back up. But a lot of people were using this particular service, and in fact, everyone that had a 107 license was signing up because they would let you see a map of the area where you live when you sign up for them, and they'll say, "Well, these are all future projects. If you can hit them, if you can hit these spots, and we like your work, and you mapped it properly." Because from what I understand, you just can't go out there and just map a building. You have to know how to get it from. Make it look 3-dimensional.
Right.
Make a long story short, if they like your work, they will keep it and then they pay you for it. But what I don't like is the fact that you can go out there and do 3 jobs. Say I ride from here to your house, do a job here where I live, and then ride to your house or your block and do a job. And they're only going to pay me for 1, if any. They may not pay me for any.
Well, the problem I'm finding what you're telling me is that I know, like I said, I've never mapped, but I do know that you need reference points, and if it's an area, how do you enter these areas without their permission? Or
Well, see, now with Lance here in New York and
Mm,
most states around the country, that's what I'm interested to know too. But Lance works with 107 licensed pilots and
right,
not hobbyists.
right. But what I'm saying is that this company is going to give you an area to go and map.
Right, right. A few
And
of these areas are owned by people, so you may have permission. As far as flying, it would be hard as far as flying in the city. You know what I'm saying? I that would be an issue with flying in a city. There's mapping a building in the city is not
that's
easy.
interesting. Well, I mean, hey, I guess that's all worked out in the project. But
Yeah,
it'd
yeah,
be
yeah.
rough to do it, and you're not going to get paid for it, and you could end up having. I mean, you're saying if they don't use your work, they're not going to pay you.
Right, right.
So
And
that
that's
means
what
you could do about 6 jobs for them and be the fool. Do they keep your work, or do they send it back if they don't use it?
supposedly they send it back to you, but they have this whole upload service that takes the
Of course.
mapping system and whatever way you mapped it. And so far, people have been doing it with DJI drones, but you upload everything you have to their server, and
Uh-huh.
then they get back to you. Now, this is what's funky too about it. They get back to you in a day or two, but then I understand that because they literally have to look at your work, and it has to be very precise. Two sides of the building can't be flattened and the third side curved, and the building's not curved. You know what I'm saying? Little mistakes like that. I'm good, Kev. I fly Hubson. Um, just got my Mobula 7. Right here, a 233 millimeter 5 inch. Hubson little 2 inch. My E-Sheen Phantom Phantom 4 Pro and the Mavic Pro 1 series. And I have a Tyro 99 that's being delivered today that goes on that hook there that a boy of mine redid my wiring because I couldn't figure out why the motors were clicking.
Well, I have the Phantom 3 Standard behind me,
And
the Tello,
and
and the Phantom 4 Pro is in the garage right now. Put up.
yeah. Give me a second. I need to go get something to drink out of the refrigerator. So
All right.
talk to you guys in the chat room. This is where we will be doing Sunday night show. Be right back.
All right. So, any of you guys out there know anything about mapping? Any of you done it already?
And then when we have it today or Friday.
So you have the Mavic Pro and
There's probably a reason why they wanted you to come on those days.
what happened?
I'm sorry for interrupting. I was talking to my wife.
Oh, I thought you was talking in chat.
Hey, Thomas O'Sullivan. Thanks for coming into Phantom Flight 101's test of a test. We are testing his audio hangouts. We also want to make sure that he can get on here because Sunday nights with those guys is going to be on his channel this weekend. Sunday night, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The house was robbed in January. Lost your Solo, Mavic Pro, Spark, and Tello? Shit.
Man.
Anybody in town flying a drone, I might have ran up on them. I'm serious. How long you stay with that lad last night? Oh, you guys are talking in the chat room. Okay. Yeah, exploration. I would be a little tight about that too.
Wow, that's rough. Man. What did you have any of those insured?
Yeah. Did you have anyone insured? Oh, he saw you. Thomas O'Sullivan says he saw you on Val's last night's show. So great to meet you guys. It's a pleasure to meet you.
So thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, definitely. Exploration. I don't know what state you're in, but here in New York, we State Farm insures drones for us. I think it's up to 2 drones for $60. Any more than that, and you
Yeah.
may have to pay more.
And they also have rental insurance or homeowner insurance too. So
Right. He says he lived. He's O'Sullivan says he lives there in he's there in Ireland. So what time is it in Ireland? But Exploration says he also sold everything to get his Zoom. And I bet you sleep with that baby under your pillow, don't you? Because I would. I would, seriously. After some shit like that, it would be in a pillowcase next to me.
that's why I told you my drones sleep in the same room with me.
Oh, he says they have State Farm. Yes, if you have State Farm, you could see 16:30, take away the 2, it's 4:30 in the afternoon. Is that AM or PM, Sullivan? Military time. I found out that was a little trick.
He's in Ireland.
Yes, in Ireland.
Okay.
It's 16:30 there. So whatever the double digit is, if you take away 2, that's what it is. So it's 4:30. Everything goes in my backpack with me now. Dude, I have my Mavic Pro and my Phantom Pro Professional right next to the bed. And I tell my wife, if there's a fire, you grab our daughter, I'll grab the birds. You know, and so I know a few people asleep with their birds in their room very close by.
So you say you go grab the bird, she grab your daughter?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's it. That's all we need.
But yeah, what I was saying earlier about that app, or not, I'll keep calling it an app, but it's actually a software. I don't even know.
Yeah, it is software. It is software.
Right. I don't even know what the price is for it yet. And is it do you subscribe? How is it the monthly subscriptions to it or what? I don't know. But I haven't seen a price for it yet. And it seems like they want to do a whole complete A to Z with mapping with this software.
Well, see, this is why they have to use a laptop or a high-powered PC for it to formulate this mapping process, because you have to take 3 to 4 different sections of footage and put it all together the way you see it. And then the only thing that I see could do that would be a decent computer.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, guys are using stuff out in the field already, because I've listened to a few people that do mapping talk about this, and they haven't gotten their hands on it yet either to compare it to what is being used already.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to take this link and I'm going to copy it and I'm going to share it on a group in Facebook, and let's see what happens.
What link?
But you're live now, right?
Oh, okay.
So why not? Let's do that. I'm going to go to a group and post it and see if the numbers jump. Can you see the numbers now?
No.
You have to shrink that window down perfectly so you can see the chat room.
I can see the chat room. I just don't see the numbers.
Okay, but on the numbers are on the lower left-hand side, I believe. If you
the lower left-hand side.
Yes. It'll show how many are watching. Okay, put the link live with those guys. Let me put testing.
9 are watching. That's what I got.
There you go. You got to shrink that window down so you can always look over there and see if your numbers are going down or going up. If numbers start going down, then you need to get up and start dancing for dollars,
I told you, no dancing here. You can get up and start dancing. No, but seriously, no, but that was one of the things we wanted to talk about on Sunday. because that's the new thing coming for DJI, and I just want to see where they're really going now, because it seems like they're going more into the commercial aspect of droning as opposed to the hobbyists, now that they don't let Amazon and them take away our airspace.
Yeah. That is kind of messed up. And I don't know how it is where you guys are. And would you believe the thumbnail has me holding my black cup like this?
Really?
Yeah. Come on.
Oh, okay.
I just posted it in Elliot's group just to see
Nice
if anyone.
thumbnail, right?
Huh?
Nice thumbnail, right?
Yeah, of all, right? I'm glad it wasn't a bottle of Ripple or something.
Just a glass of water, no big deal.
No, but I'm saying I could have been taking a swig of some cognac or something. They look at him drinking online, you know.
Don't worry about it.
9 watching, 4 likes.
Somebody's
Yes, please click those like buttons, guys.
Somebody's always going to try to tear you down.
This is true. And how many times do I tell you? People watch.
Yeah, they watch.
Fail.
Now, you know what's funny about that? You know what's funny? And
not you guys in the chat room, but
no, but I mean, there's always somebody in your life or people in your life that are going to do that. And if you remember, I told you, you know, anybody, well, most people know who the guy is, but this guy, Floyd Mayweather, for the last God knows how many years of his career, people tuned in to see if he will lose.
True.
They wanted to see if he'll fail.
Right.
And it made him a millionaire. So, you know, that means you must be doing something right, I guess.
That's true.
Yes.
We have an electric started gas stove. Yes. There's a difference.
Whatever it is you do, there's always going to be somebody that's going to do it.
True. That is true. But that's actually what makes people strive harder and dig and drive further than they'll ever go.
Thank you very much.
What happened?
No, I guess he hit the like.
Oh yeah, whoever's in here, please hit the like button. We're just testing for Sunday night show at 5 p.m. Kev, FPV, Thomas O'Sullivan. I don't know what time that would be over in Ireland. If it's 5 p.m. here. What time is it there now? 4:30. 4:30 p.m. Oh. Yeah, their day is half over. It's 11:30
It'll
a.m.
probably be late for him.
11:30 a.m. here, so
that's gonna be late for him.
5 hours later. Yeah, that would be late for them over there in Ireland, but he could always watch the rebroadcast, like some people do. I've noticed that we do shows sometimes, and we have more people watch the live stream after it's over. Or just as many that do.
Unless he's going to stay up 1 o'clock to tune in live.
People always do that when someone is on top of their game. They want that person to fail. I follow Man UTD in football, and because we won a lot in the 90s, now a lot of fans hate us. But right. You know, hate is good, though, Sullivan. You're 100% right. You know why? Because you have to take that lemons and make lemonade. And someone says, well, what if I don't drink lemonade? I said, then you take the lemonade and you sell it. But you're still taking lemons. Right. You're still taking lemons and making something out of it. There's always a way.
True.
You know, and as long as people, you don't have to have no one behind you, no one believing in you. As long as you believe you can do it, that's all that freaking matters to me.
Yep, that's it.
The drone junkie says pressure makes diamonds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And right. You know what? Somebody will eventually see it and see who you really are and like you for who you are. There's always those people too.
That's true. Now I want to ask you something. Everyone said my camera's reversed, and I'm trying to fix it so that when I wear a baseball cap, it's not backwards, right? Now, can you see 3DR up in that corner there?
Who, me?
You or anyone in the show?
Oh, you know I can't see worth of nothing, but
Oh, that's yeah. I'm asking Mr. Magoo, can he see something? In the upper corner, it says three. Okay, what about here? Well, and I don't know. That's too small.
you got jokes now.
What I'm trying to prove is if let me see up here on the wall, 3DR is up here somewhere, up there above that white radio, right behind.
Backwards.
Is it forward or backwards?
It looks like it's backwards to me. I don't know.
Oh wow, figures. So I didn't fix my issue.
Okay. Well, you see, from looking at your camera, right? Your camera view,
Yeah,
I know where your camera is.
right.
That's why I'm saying to you, it looks like it's backwards because it looks like you enter the room from the other side.
Hey,
It's
look,
hard.
it's flipped around, right? You know how my layout is.
Right.
Sullivan says he'll watch it live. 0.5 hours time might be 11ish over there. Let you know Sunday night for sure. Well, he'll be here on this channel where you are right now. I would like to ask you guys if you have some topics or things that you want us to talk about, mention them during the show. I mean,
Yeah,
sometimes it gets. So I talk to this guy all the time. I talk to Phantom Fly. We talk all the time. My wife even says, "Damn, you was on the phone all day," But we're talking guy stuff. The caveman. You look at us from a distance. We're two cavemen banging rocks. But we're talking. So if you have topics or ideas, because
all day.
Phantom Flight, yeah, to her it is. To her it is. You know that. They over exaggerate a little bit. Half an hour is like 5 hours, and they about to pass out. But Phantom Flight 101 and or Herman, however you know him, will be looks backwards and upside down. LOL. I'm gonna have to fix it in OBS.
Well,
We
down. We're back
already have one show on Sundays. Okay, Sunday nights with those guys. All right, but we want to have a show during the week, maybe on a Tuesday, a Wednesday, or Thursday. That's not decided yet.
Mm-hmm.
The guy talked with a Joe Piscopo Saturday Night Live, old school. Who was that? You're dating yourself, Drone Junkie, by the way. Hey, I'm from Brooklyn. It was actually Phantom Flight's from Brooklyn. So we will have a show in maybe Wednesday nights with those guys, but we will be introducing another show. And this is why this test is important for Phantom Flight to be able to go live. Because I have a feeling once he figures out how to go live from his house on a regular, I want to be able to take my phone and crash the show.
Well, that's how it's going to be.
I want to be able to be on the street or have my Bluetooth in and still be on the live stream. Or we will be out in the field. We will actually be out in the field flying. That's another show too. And one of us will be live.
Or if you're out in the street, you could just give the live weather report and come right back.
That's for Amy Freeze, our local news person. Exploration. I'm interested in Part 107 self-training. Can't afford the schools. Haven't worked since 2012. Well, Herman, don't you have someplace exploration could look? Weren't you mentioning when we do our thing? Weren't you gonna where could exploration get some information on affordable school? Because it's not so much the school to afford to go to. It's that actual. What is it? You know better than me. Man.
Well, from what I've noticed is that everyone is pretty much selling information on how to on how to pass this test. There was that Remote Pilot 101. Everyone says is the best. They're a little costly though.
Well, hold on. Thomas Sullivan says Wednesday night might be a good night because other drone shows on the other nights. There are other drone shows on other nights, but 400 AGL is not doing Wednesday night for a while, so the slot is free.
Okay. Well, I know Thursday nights is rough.
Well, it's going to be rough because as summer comes, we're going to want to be out more.
Well, that's true. People will be out more, but I mean, you know, Ken Herron still has that Thursday night slot.
True, that's true. And to go up against him, to go up against Ken Herron on a Thursday is like coming
Right.
out with an album on a day Aerosmith coming out with a new single. No one's going to look in your direction because everyone's going to be a Ken Herron show.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right, I guess.
But we will come up with a day, guys. And how long do you want to go with this test, man? Because
Well, I mean,
how long have you been on?
How long?
You started at 11, right? So
Yeah,
you gotta at least have a complete hour at a minimum.
Wow, you going somewhere?
Well, no, but
okay.
No. Drone Junkie, he put a link up, but I'm gonna see if I can copy it and see where it goes. Only because
where's the link to?
I'm getting ready to put it in now. And
you
see.
know what?
I just didn't want to hit the link and lose the show. Because you can do that, and I needed to warn you about that.
Now you know what? As far as 107 is concerned,
drone. It's a free drone certification study. Part FAA. Thank you so much, Drone Junkie. For sure. You could post that link as much as you want. There you go, Exploration.
Okay.
There you go, man. That's
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Here it is right here. It's free registration. I need to bookmark that heifer.
Right. Get that down if you're gonna copy it.
But I'm gonna put it right now and watch later.
That's
this is by I'll tell you who it's by right there. Tony Chelsea Northrup.
No, you see, this is what I was talking about. This is what I love the most about this community. You know, like I was saying last night when Val interviewed me, when I first started putting videos out, it was a couple of guys that used to chop me up every week. And you see how you have this information and we can share these things with each other. This is one of the best communities I've ever seen and I've ever been a part of. And I'd like to thank you for sharing that.
Well, it's highly appreciated. Seriously, Drone Junkie, because to be honest, pretty much if you can't find it on the internet, it ain't there. And someone click like, okay, on the group. Ray, click like too. I don't know if they coming in, but 2 people are watching it through that widget. See, that's why we need to have a PR team, public relations team. We need to have a spamming team. What's up, Orlando? We only request Chris Hope. CD guys are popping in. That's what's up. We only request you guys let us know how and where you're watching us from. If you're at work, you're at home, and if you're watching on a phone or you're watching on a PC. We're trying to do demographics. Hey, what's up, Adrian? And wait a minute, Adrian's halfway around the world. I was talking with him this morning.
Okay.
He was talking with him this morning, and I appreciate that link for the XJ60 plug.
Thanks for stopping in, man.
Yes, Orlando's at work. So what are you watching on your PC at work or your cell phone? The same thing with the rest of you guys. Everyone else that let us know how they're watching. Chris Hope, thank you for popping in, brother. We just went right. Kev is on the phone at work in Northern Maine. Thomas is in Ireland. 7:44 p.m. That's right, on his laptop. You almost ready to go to bed, bro. And Orlando's in his office, so he's probably on his desktop and or phone. Oh, he said PC. He's on his computer. Well,
Okay.
listen, before we say anything, what are we doing Sunday night, Herman?
What? On Sunday night from my channel, we're broadcasting, but it's going to be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with those guys.
See, I missed it again, man. You got to hold up a flag or something to scratch your ear or something to say, yo, get ready or something, man, to catch me.
Okay.
But
Well,
this is where Sunday nights with those guys is going to be this Sunday because I have to work. Unfortunately, I must eat and keep the internet on and have food and stuff like that.
you really need to eat.
Yeah, I know. I ate
You
yesterday,
can just
right?
turn the sink on and get water. I mean, that's really all you need is, water and some oxygen.
Missing that one. I'll be South Carolina. So how are you going to miss it in South Carolina? You're still East Coast.
How's it going down? What's going on down in South Carolina?
Yeah, what's
On
happening
vacation?
in South Carolina? You gonna be down there shaking your behind, dancing and partying? Huh? Huh? You could stop in and say hello to the homies from South Carolina. See, Herman could even send you. If you send Herman your email, he could even send you a link. And if you have Hangouts on your phone or PC, you could join his show from South Carolina. Phantom Flight 101.
Thank you.
You handled that interview excellent, bro. Even if Novice was trying to throw a monkey wrench. Was it that obvious, Adrian? But
it was that obvious.
But Adrian, did you see when she was interviewing me and he was throwing little questions in there, like ask him about his girlfriend, and Val goes, but I thought he was married, So
I only said one or two things. You kept it coming through the whole show.
I was enjoying that. It was the first time I was not in the limelight and I could sit back and Herman and I have this thing where, hold on, I'm trying to look for something. Anyway,
you know what?
You know how
it was kind of fun though.
Right, we were having fun, but you guys know how people do something, and Herman and I have this little joke where when people do something you don't want, you take a large size stick and you whack them with it, and you go no. So that was my way of kind of like taking Herman and go no and messing with him during last night.
Exactly, Andy. That's what it is.
True, you're right.
It's one love. It is. It's all in love.
But come on, you guys
got issues.
But who has issues? Everyone has issues. I'll admit that.
Okay.
But Herman, you do, and you do know everyone out there listening, all right, does have someone that they want to hit with a stick and yell no.
Oh yeah.
So, whack no.
You know what? That's why I was saying what I said about the cars here. I really they really should take that into consideration.
What? Oh, Nerf cars?
Making the cars out of Nerf. Because we got some people on the road that really need to get a nice Nerf bump. And no one needs to get hurt.
If all the cars were made out of Nerf and someone got in front of you, you could T-bone them and just back up and your car would just go because it was made out of Nerf. Adrian Lee says he misses us, Phantom Flight, flying here in New York. He misses flying in New York with us, man.
So come on back.
That's what I told him this morning. He was like, man, I haven't flown in so long. There's severe anxiety here. PTSD and severe anxiety. Then you need to go out and fly. Flying is the most calming and relaxing thing that I do.
You know what? I didn't think it would be until I got into it.
True. And, go ahead.
The one thing that I did realize is that, I get so into it that sometimes I forget everything that's going on around me.
Right. And living in New York, that could be kind of dangerous. Which is why we fly in groups or usually fly, but we rarely fly by ourselves. And I must admit, I have gotten a little bougie. The wind blows a little too hard. I'm like, I'm not going to fly. I just typed everyone. How long have you guys been flying? Chris Hope says 3 years. Drone Junkie says since Christmas. I don't believe that one with the name Drone Junkie.
You know what's funny about that?
Exploration 4 years. Go ahead,
I
Adrian.
used to say the same thing
What's that?
since Christmas.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, because that's when I started.
Yeah.
And after the first year, it's like, since last Christmas.
Well, you want to know what? I did too because my birthday's in December, and anyone who has a birthday in December, you have the worst life ever because,
Sometimes.
dude, I'm telling you, because you're born in the same month as Christmas. So what happens is they either hit you off for your birthday and say, I couldn't do nothing for Christmas, or they don't hit you off for your birthday and say, I got you for Christmas. And then when Christmas comes, you don't get nothing.
Well, I mean, that's some people.
Okay, everyone has experience. Everyone has a minimum of a year under their belt.
Okay.
Okay. I remember when Orlando first started flying.
Got,
He came to a meetup with his son. We had a meetup at Flushing. We call it Interference Park, guys.
Yeah.
Flushing Meadows, because the airport is here. No, the airport is here. The airfield is right here, like 1.5 miles, 2 miles. But it's a legal park to fly from in New York.
Yeah. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure that one. Perfectly legal to fly from in New York, but yet you're not supposed to fly. The FAA says you're not supposed to fly within a 5-mile radius of the airport.
Go figure.
But we're not going to go into that. Oh, that's right. Orlando said I was his second flight. I remember I was showing him something, and I was like, what was the furthest you had went? And I think he said maybe about 500 feet. And I chuckled to myself. I chuckled, and I told him, I said, well, we're going to pop that cherry today. And he did good.
You know what's funny about that? I think the furthest that I've ever flown was probably either with you and with Pilot Jose. When we took off, when me and Pilot Jose took off from Bush Terminal chasing this cruise ship. Ooh, that battery came back cooked.
Yeah, I could imagine. What'd you say? You did over 13,000 feet, something like that?
I went from there all the way around to where I started to see the Verrazano Bridge, and I was like, "Wow, I've gone far." Because Brooklyn has that curve, and you go around the curvature with the hot following the highway around, but out about 6,000 feet out into the water, following the cruise ship.
Well, Tom,
that was fun.
Here's the infamous question. Thomas O'Sullivan.
Yes.
Thomas O'Sullivan is asking. He's thinking about buying a Mavic 2 in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. Can't decide the Zoom or Pro. And I'm going to tell you the same thing. Herman's going to tell you the same thing. Anyone in the room is probably going to tell you the same thing, Thomas O'Sullivan. It depends on what you're going to do with it. If you're going to shoot night footage, I would go with the Pro. If you're just going to shoot day footage and low light footage, the Zoom is great.
Is he doing video?
Right. Exactly. Are you doing video or just pictures, or video and pictures? Because all of that matters.
Well, I'm a true believer of this. Sure, yeah, you can zoom with this thing, and it's a nice feature. But when you're using a camera, take a picture, or if the camera can video, you can always do better with the larger sensor.
True. Now, everyone in the lobby, Exploration Drone Junkie, are saying Zoom, and Sullivan's going Zoom. But you want to take this into account, and this is me personally. I flew a Phantom 4 Standard, which has the same half-inch sensor as the Mavic Pro. And I flew that for a year and a half, about a year, just over a year, at Phantom 4 Pro. And Orlando, Adrian, Herman, you guys have seen the pictures I've taken with it.
Mm-hmm.
But once I went from that half-inch sensor to a 1-inch sensor, it was day and night. And I didn't have to work as hard in post editing. So exactly, Chris Hope says go for the picture. You can shoot at night. You can hyperlapse. To be honest, if you can afford to go to the top and go with the Mavic 2, go with the Mavic 2 because there's going to be certain things that the Zoom can do that there's
It's
there's
gonna
certain
it
things
can
that
zoom.
the Pro can do that the Zoom can't. And if you buy the Zoom, you're going to say, well, damn, I should have just brought the Pro. So if you have that option, I didn't have that option right away to get a professional drone. So if you honestly have that option, I would go with the Pro and learn how to
Yeah,
fly.
if it's a choice and you have the choice to get that one,
Yeah,
I would always go with the larger sensor because you can do more. You can work it better with the larger sensor.
right. And work it more means you may never fly at night, but it's like having a Bugatti. Okay. You know, there's no way in hell you're gonna pump that Bugatti up to 250 miles an hour, right?
Maybe,
Unless you're on the Autobahn. But it feels damn good to know you could.
maybe.
That's true.
I'm
That's
telling
true.
you, from the Whitestone Bridge, right, to the what's that over there? The where you're coming off to go past Flushing Meadows right there.
The Jackie Robinson.
No, before you get to the Jackie
I
Robinson,
know
that's
what you're talking. I know what
the Van Wyck.
right. Van Wyck
From
Expressway.
from that hitting off the Whitestone Bridge to the Van Wyck, you could pick up some speed over there, man.
That's true. And but here's something Adrian Lee brought up, Thomas O'Sullivan, that you might want to take into account. Any feature that the Zoom has, you just have to fly closer with the Pro. And to be honest, all they're doing with the Zoom is making the half-inch see further than it should digitally. Go with the. I personally think if you have the option of the Zoom or the Pro, go with the Pro, and you won't be disappointed. Now, economically, if you didn't have that option, and you wanted a Mavic 2, do you have? Well, he has experience flying, so
Well, you know what I did see, and I don't know how interchangeable it is going back and forth. But someone had did a video on it was on YouTube of how you can change from one camera to the other with that with
yeah,
that.
yeah. That I don't think I would want to do that. But hey, Drone Junkie was saying yesterday, Philly Drone Life had zoomed into a restaurant terrace. You
Mhm.
know, when he takes off on that main block,
Right.
and he's found a building where they have like this garden, this rooftop sort of like area, and with the zoom, he could zoom. Yo,
What
don't just
he
because I
zoomed in
said
on their
it,
food?
well, he zoomed in close enough that he could see people going, "Oh, look, a drone," or it
Oh,
zoom.
that
It
means
does work.
he was already close enough.
Yeah, yeah, he was already close. But the fact that he zoomed in, it's so good. You have the Phantom 3 standard. Okay, Thomas. Honestly, if you have the option, go with the Pro. That's all I can say. Me personally speaking, if I had that option, I would go with the Pro.
Okay, you have to send it back to DJI to get the camera changed.
Um, yeah, that's true. The Adrian is saying, unless you know someone like Twan, we have a group here in the
Yeah,
C5 World Drone Meetup group that the guys smash out cameras and do all kinds of stuff, and you give it to Twan, and ta-da, it's fixed.
mad scientist.
Yeah, he's the evil scientist.
He
You,
goes right in and pops
you'll
this
give
and pops
him
that out, and
you'll give him this radio like this, right? And then in about a day, you'll see him go live, and his whole radio is like 50 pieces spread out on his kitchen floor or wherever he operates on his stuff at. And then a few days later, it's back like this working. So if you don't have a Twan near you, um, you would have to send in the camera. But to be honest, go with if you're going from a standard, that's a major jump. That's like jumping out of a pacer. No, he's in Ireland. So
why can't I hear anybody talk about the P3 standard?
Don't let he remembers because last night I was harassing Val. I was like, Val, I typed to Val. I said, Val, ask him why does he think he's too bougie to fly the Phantom 3? And I love her. She goes, Novice wants to know why you're too boogie to fly it. I almost fell out the chair, man.
Well, here's the thing. The P3 standard is what I learned on, and I love the P3 standard. It's a nice flying machine, but in the city here, everything interferes. I even went back to DJI with it to ask them, what's wrong with this thing? And they were like, well, what's wrong with it? And I showed the guy a video I did, and he goes, you're getting that far? I'm like, what do you mean I'm getting that far? He goes, you're here in New York. There's a lot of interference on that Wi-Fi. It's not the greatest Wi-Fi, but it's a good drone. I learned how to fly with that drone. You know, I can't beat it up. I'm just saying to you, I did get a boosted antenna for it, and when I was outside of the city, I got 3 times, maybe 4 times, 6 times what it's supposed to get with it. But here in the city.
But I just, Josh, you know, we joke around a lot, and anytime I mention the Phantom 3, I know it just gets under your skin because it's like Thomas said, you're welcome.
Not to cut you off, but I'm gonna say something that nobody would expect me to say right now. If it had the Wi-Fi that's in the Spark, and then that Mavic Air, I'd be all over that thing.
Okay, I'm glad to hear you say that.
Because they have a better Wi-Fi setup on it.
That's true. After seeing John 314, some guys know him as Papito. John, he is the first man I ever seen to take a Spark 2 miles and back here in the city. He was in Brooklyn, but there was still enough Wi-Fi interference, and he would go. And Adrian, you know where Coney Island is, or Calvert Vaux Park is. He would fly from Calvert Vaux Park to Coney Island and back daily, like he was delivering mail and shit at one time. Man.
He did a video one time where he flew from I think it was a Calvert from the back side of the park all the way over to the lighthouse. I mean, the camera could barely pick up that damn lighthouse, but he flew over there.
Yeah. So there's nothing bad to say about the Spark. But Thomas O'Sullivan is right. He was saying it's like jumping from a Ford into a Ferrari. As far as going from the Phantom 3 standard to the Mavic 2, you're 100% right. And like I said, if you have that option and you're a confident enough flyer, which it seems that you are, I would go with the Ferrari. You know, if you would ask curtain number 1, curtain number 2, or curtain number 3, and you knew what a Ferrari was, I would pick that Ferrari.
But see, I think from the Phantom 3 standard to the Phantom 3 Pro is a big jump.
That is true, Orlando. He has a great vantage point from his building straight to Coney Island. But you want to know what? The standard to the Pro, to be honest, if I could get about 5, or if I could afford to buy 5 or 6 P3 professionals, I would do it. And only because I'd keep them in the box. And I know in about 10 to 20 years, there's going to be some Japanese guy out there that's going to pay me $1 million for one. You laugh. I'm serious.
Funny, I saw the other day, right? There was a guy. He had every single video game system that ever came out.
Yeah.
And he had thousands and thousands of video games for these systems.
Yeah, and of course, Big John, he did work the hell out that spark. I don't know how when he came back that battery wasn't welded to the body. It was so hot, but he flew the hell out that spark.
Kept cool up there, up high, flying.
Big shout out to you, John. In case this video gets back to you.
Big shout out to John. Where's John? Is he working right now? Is he?
I don't know, man.
Probably working right now.
Sometimes everyone's busy at the same time, and you know how it works. But if he gets a chance to see Adrian in the lobby, in the chat rooms, he knew John flew the hell. Everyone knew John flew the hell out of that spark. But at one time, Orlando says he's probably sleeping. That's probably true because he goes out at night and he works. I think he works overnight.
You think he's sleeping?
Yeah, Orlando said he's probably sleeping. Hold on, nope. I'm looking at Facebook and it's John just, what did he do? That's what I'm looking at Facebook. I don't see him live. He shared a post at 11:38 on Monday. Okay, he's MIA for now.
Okay.
But that's how many people fly here in New York, guys. Yeah, he flies at night. To me, that's the best time to fly. And he puts strobes on his bird now.
Does he?
Yes, he has strobes on his bird. Which Herman, we have to get some new ones.
Which ones?
Some new strobes. That double clip. I'll speak to you about it. Okay. We definitely need some new strobes for flying at night.
You know what I've always wanted to get, but they're probably a little too heavy for something that's, I don't know. I've always wanted to check out those cubes and see how bright they were for like straight ahead, like a headlight.
Why you don't use those pen floodlights you have, man? Those are more than good enough.
I have them in my bag. I want to use them, but right now, like I said, the drone's in the garage.
All right, you guys need to click that like button. Listening from outside of the chat room is quite okay, but just come into the chat room and click that like. You can go back out. Don't worry, we won't see you. We won't see you.
Right now, the drone's in the garage with the hood up.
Yeah.
And then I got these yesterday from DJI. The little plastic clips that pop into the end of the. They sent me 4 of them in the mail.
Okay.
It's funny. I was trying to get on to with Val last night, right? And just as I'm trying to figure this thing out.
Thanks for stopping in, Thomas. Thank you so much, bro. See you Sunday night right here on Phantom Flight's channel. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Herman.
Yeah, just as I'm trying to get on, the bell rings and it's UPS to deliver them.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, I had
because I thought you were outside.
The bell now.
I got your only like. Come on, guys.
What happened?
Love.
What happened?
Junkie says he clicked like. No one else has clicked. Show some love. It's all right, man. People will come in and they'll learn that we're only doing this. 6 watching, 5 likes. I have 9 likes here in total.
I see 9 watching.
9 are watching, and you have 9 likes. Now it's 10. There we go. See, there we go.
What we got here?
Adrian Lee. I'm reading something that the FAA is changing the rules, allowing flying at night and flying over people under certain conditions.
Yeah, that they were talking about that, but that's still in the works. But that's for 107.
Yeah, hey, Invincible Dawn. What's up, bro?
I mean, hobbyists can still fly. That still supposedly, I believe, what was it? Supposed a half hour to a half hour. So
yes,
sundown.
Yes, a half hour. Thomas O'Sullivan from Ireland says he'll be there Sunday. Talk to everyone. Thanks for popping in, Thomas. Invincible Dawn, Mr. Charles. Thank you for popping into this test because Phantom Flight 101 will be going live on Sunday because I have to work. So I'll probably join the second half of the show. I'm hoping that I get to join any part of the show live stream. Yeah, it's like that. I told you I had an argument with dude about that. Don't tell me we got 2 jobs, and I say yes, I can be home in time, and then you tell me, oh, didn't I tell you we had 3 jobs to do? So I'll be leaving my house at 6 in the morning and probably walking back in the house at about 6 or 7 p.m. on Sunday. So I may go live in his car with my Bluetooth on just for the hell of it to piss him off. Even though no one's super chatting, but yo, thanks for that $100, dude. Just to get on his nerve.
So you're gonna have fun with that, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna enjoy every moment of it. I'm sorry I couldn't be there on my computer while he's driving, cursing to himself. All right, how long are we going with this, man? Until it's 12:11. It was a great test. Now you got to do this advertisement for people who are watching this. What's happening Sunday nights?
Sunday night from my channel, Phantom Flight 101 on YouTube. It's going to be Sunday night with those guys, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Correct. So instead of being on my channel, it's going to be here. Let everyone that you know from Rogers Group, guys, please spread the word. Sunday nights with those guys will be here on Phantom Flight 101's channel, and he will actually schedule it too. So if you click the bell as soon as he goes live, within a half hour to an hour, I don't know where you are in the world, you will get a notification.
So, and you also know that Novice, that our show is sponsored by
those guys. See, come on, man. I was ready that time.
Okay.
see.
I just want to see if you can get it on point, because every time it was always me. I don't know.
See, it's a host thing. It's a hosting thing.
That's what it is?
All right, come on. Let's do it again. All right, come on.
Sunday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys.
There you go. We got it. You're going to end this transmission, man. We appreciate you guys helping us with this test.
I'd like to thank everybody that stopped in. Guys talking on the chat. Thanks for hitting that like button. I appreciate it.
Yes. You guys have a great afternoon, evening, night, or morning, depending on where you are on this crazy world.
Yes. Thank everyone for coming in. And those of you who tuned in last night for my interview with Val, I thank you for tuning in, for supporting me, for supporting her. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Invincible Dots is keeping up strength. Later, guys. You end transmission, Herman. On you.
Thank you. What happened?
Let me know when we're clear.
Okay, and I like to say thank you. Thank you, everyone, for stopping in today. And I will see you next time. And I'll see you on Sunday.